Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. Oh, let me tell you folks, I've been watching General Hospital for more years than I care to count, and this week's episodes had me glued to the screen like never before. I was sitting there with my coffee, shaking my head, thinking, Lord have mercy, what's going to happen next? You know, that Jack Brennan fella has been stirring up all kinds of trouble lately, and now it looks like Jen Sidwell might just lock him up for good. I mean, can you believe it? After everything that's gone down, I wouldn't put it past that slick Sidwell character. He's got that cold, calculating look in his eyes, and if he's the one who set up that mess with Willow's husband getting paralyzed, then poor Brennan could be next in line for something just as nasty. It makes my blood run cold just thinking about it. I remember watching Friday's episode May 8th, and my heart nearly jumped out of my chest. There's Nina Reeves, bless her heart, trying so hard to stop Valentine from shooting Brennan. She was just trying to do the right thing, you know? She meant to give Drew his medicine with that syringe, but everything went sideways in a hurry. Next thing you know, she stabs Brennan right in the back by mistake. Lord, what a mess. 1 second, she's trying to protect everybody, and the next, Jack Brennan is lying there hurt bad. Now they've got him in a hospital bed, and from what I'm hearing, the whole week from the 11th to the 15th is going to be full of uncertainty. The doctors and nurses at General Hospital are going to have their hands full. That's for sure. I keep wondering if Sidwell is behind this whole thing, pulling strings like some puppet master. That man doesn't play around. If he can hurt one person so quietly, what's stopping him from keeping Brennan locked away where nobody can reach him? I tell you, these storylines get me so worked up sometimes. Nina's been through so much already, and now she's carrying this guilt on her shoulders. And Brennan, well, he's no saint, but seeing him like that still tugs at your heartstrings. You just never know who you can trust in Port Charles, do you? It's like the old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, but even that might not be enough these days. I'm sitting here counting down the days till the next episodes, wondering if Brennan will wake up and fight back, or if Sidwell's plan is already in motion. It's the kind of drama that keeps an old guy like me coming back every single day. You just can't look away. Oh man, let me tell you, the more I chew on this storyline with Jack Brennan, the more it keeps me up at night. That poor fella is more than likely going to wake up, or not wake up, with doctors telling everybody he had a stroke, just like Drew. And the worst part, it's way too easy for them to slap that label on him and move on, because nobody in Port Charles is stepping up to speak for the guy. No family raising hell, no buddies demanding answers. It just sits there like a bad smell nobody wants to notice. What really gets me is how fishy the whole thing looks. This so-called stroke happened right smack in the middle of Drew's house, and the symptoms are almost identical to what Drew went through. Any doctor with half a brain should be scratching their head, asking questions. But nope, since there's no one close to Brennan making noise, it all gets swept under the rug real quiet-like. I've seen this kind of thing before in life. When folks don't have somebody in their corner, bad things can get buried real deep. It just ain't right. You know, Carly Spencer's still spitting mad about Brennan recruiting her daughter Jocelyn into that WSB world. I get it. She's a mama bear, and she'll stand by Valentine through thick and thin right now. So don't expect her to go running to Brennan's bedside with flowers and questions. She's got her reasons, sure, but it leaves that man lying there all alone with nobody watching his back. Breaks my heart a little. And between you and me, I'm convinced Jen Sidwell is right in the middle of this mess. I'd bet my last dollar he's the one who slipped him that awful drug. The man's got ice in his veins. He doesn't flinch when he ruins lives, and now he's probably rubbing his hands together, thinking he's got Brennan exactly where he wants him, flat on his back, unable to move, unable to talk back, basically locked up inside his own body. That's not just prison, that's a living nightmare. I saw that teaser where Sidwell looks dead serious and tells somebody, we're in big trouble. My gut tells me he was talking to Ross Cullum. The WSB should be all over this, digging deep and raising Cain, but with Brennan out cold, Cullum's the one calling the shots. And if Sidwell's got his hooks in him, you can bet they're not looking for the truth. They might even let Valentine point the finger at Brennan to cover their own tracks. Those two could end up running the whole show. In the end, I reckon they'll decide the smartest move is to keep Brennan right where he is, quiet, helpless, and completely under their control. No fighting back, no exposing secrets, no danger to their plans. Just a powerful man turned into a prisoner without bars. It makes me shake my head and mutter under my breath, what in the world has this town come to? I've been watching these folks in Port Charles for decades. and I still get worked up like it's real life. Part of me is hoping someone, maybe a nurse with a good heart or an old friend who finally wakes up, starts asking the tough questions before it's too late. But the way things are heading, Sidwell might just pull this off and walk away smiling. Lord, I sure hope I'm wrong, but I've got a bad feeling about this one. Oh man, let me tell you, every time I think I've got a handle on this General Hospital storyline, it twists even deeper and darker. Jack Brennan wasn't just some random agent causing trouble. He had been quietly investigating Caesar Faison's final project, that last big, twisted scheme the old villain left behind. And from what I can see, both Ross Cullum and Jen Sidwell are desperate to get that project up and running again. Brennan was the only one brave enough or stubborn enough to keep digging, asking questions, and standing in their way. Now that he's lying there helpless, they must be breathing a huge sigh of relief. No more interruptions, no more meddling from him. It's like they just cleared the biggest obstacle out of their path with one sneaky move. What really turns my stomach is wondering exactly where Brennan is right now. Sure, we see him in that hospital bed, but something in my gut tells me it might not be the regular General Hospital we know and love. It could be some private clinic that the WSB runs on the side, or maybe even a hidden place where Cullum has complete control. Either way, it doesn't feel like a place built for healing. It feels more like a convenient spot to keep him quiet and out of sight while the big plans move forward without him. I keep shaking my head thinking about it. A strong, sharp man like Brennan, reduced to this all because he got too close to the truth. I can just imagine the day he finally opens his eyes. He wakes up expecting to see familiar faces or at least get some answers about what happened, but instead he realizes he's stepped into a whole new kind of danger. The people around him might not be there to help. They might be the ones keeping him trapped. Everything he worked for, all the secrets he uncovered about Faison's project, could be slipping away while he lies there unable to speak or fight back. It's heartbreaking, truly. One minute he's out there doing his job, the next he's locked inside his own body with no clear way out. Life in Port Charles has always been full of surprises, but this one feels especially cruel. Lord, I sure hope there's still a chance for that man to be rescued. Maybe some good soul at the hospital starts noticing things that don't add up. Maybe an old friend or ally catches wind of what Sidwell and Cullum are really up to. We've seen miracles happen in that town before, people coming back from the brink, truths finally coming to light. But right now it feels like Brennan's future is hanging by a very thin thread. Those two have too much power and too much to lose if he ever manages to talk again. All in all, this whole mess has me more hooked on General Hospital than I've been in a long time. I sit here in my chair every afternoon, coffee in hand, wondering how it's all going to unfold. Will justice finally catch up to Sidwell and his schemes? Will Brennan find a way to fight back even from where he is? I've lived long enough to know that good people sometimes get knocked down hard, but the best ones always find a spark of strength when it matters most. I'm rooting hard for Brennan, and I bet a lot of you are too. These characters have become like family after all these years, and it pains me to see one of them suffering like this. We'll just have to keep watching and praying that light wins out over all that darkness in Port Charles. Can't wait to see what happens next. It's going to be a wild ride, that's for sure.